Hey everyone, this is Braden, and now that the Titanfall beta is now over, I kind of want to talk about it a little bit. It's ran. I've been playing it since it opened up, and overall, I was pleased by it. Is one way to put it. The beta now, the whole resolution gate thing. I'm just gonna get clear. The beta did not run at its full release resolution. It was 792p that the beta was running at. And what Respawn's saying is that the finished game is going to be pretty closer on that 900p resolution. Now it's no 1080p, PS4. Yeah, I hear ya. So what? It doesn't really matter. Not to me. I'm not playing a game for its resolution. I'm playing for the game because of the game mechanics and what the game brings to me. Now, coming out of this beta, there were a few limitations. Obviously, that Respawn wanted to put on. You had access to one out of the 3 Titans. You had the Atlas chassis type. I did play with the Strider and the Ogre. I did do a couple of videos on them. I'll put them up in a link box right now if you want to check those out. The Atlas Titan is kind of your average, go-to, well-rounded Titan. Overall, for its statistics, its health, its regen, its agility, is a pretty decent Titan. Now, a couple problems I came across just with the game in general. Well, to begin with, it was the servers, but that was not the game's fault. That was Microsoft and their cloud feature not actually allocating servers with the demand. Probably that bug was fixed on a Friday evening, and I really haven't had any issues with that since. The lobbies are adequate. You do have voice in the lobbies. We did have a couple issues with voice in the game, but they were minor at best. The quality is easy, the interface is easy to get around. Pilot loadouts, I'll talk a little bit more. The game itself, for beta, I was pleased with it. The simulations, especially with getting into your Titan, I noticed were choppy, were laggy. Sometimes I just jumped through my Titan to the front and then got put in, which is definitely not how it's supposed to happen. But it is the beta, and I hope they have that fixed at the end. For your controls as a Titan, very easy to get a hand. I did change my layout from the default, mainly because I didn't want my melee on my stick. I wanted it on B. That's just me. I'm old-fashioned. I like my Halo controls instead of Call of Duty controls. Now, when you're in a Titan, they're powerful. They're pretty easy to kill too, which is nice. The balancing they've done seems to be pretty adequate with weapons, what a pilot can do, what a Titan can do, the limitations of it. My one problem I had with it is the overall mechanics of the Titan himself. I found that when you're in this giant mechanized beast, that you didn't really feel like you were in a giant mechanized beast. Your movement was still pretty fluid in comparison to other first-person shooters. And I've played the odd Mech Warrior game here and there, and when you're in one, it's slow, it's sluggish. You can feel every single step. But these ones you definitely don't. And they weren't designed to be biomechanical. They're designed to be, they're robots. They're giant robots, mechanized robots, kind of like, well, there's lots of movies that use them. And I didn't get that feeling. I don't know if that's something that they were trying for because they want to keep it so people use them and enjoy them, but I found them a little too nimble, too human-like. They should kind of slow it down, make their joints a little older, sort of thing. Weapon capacities in the Titan are good. Missile locking timing's good. Health is adequate. Just don't charge. Vision, I like the vision. I like how your peripherals, you can't see out of them. You gotta move around a lot. Gotta give some blind spots. Now, as a pilot, the jumping mechanism was pretty good for a beta. When it comes to making sure when I actually hit a ledge that it tries to climb up a ledge. I didn't have too many instances that it missed it. The jet boost and the jump was pretty good. There were a couple times when I knew I jumped on an object and it didn't register it, so I didn't get my double jump again. But other than that, the jumping mechanism, which is really what they're kind of pushing, is play in the vertical, not just stay on the ground, was well received and well done. Now, if it's something that's going to be used a lot, I think with time it will. A lot of people come from Halo, Call of Duty, especially Call of Duty, Battlefield, where you're not really used to, especially Call of Duty, that vertical play at all. But when you figure it out, it's really fun and really easy to master. They have challenges in place to kind of push you in that direction for wall climbing times. And I'm sure with the full game, you're going to have tons of challenges, so you're always going to be trying to push and unlock them. You get rewards for them, just XP. It'd be kind of cool to have in-game special, even a camo for a gun sort of thing, specific to a challenge, but who knows, maybe they're going to have that exact same thing. Visually, not too bad. Well, like I said, 792p resolution for this beta. It looked alright, but I will admit, it does not look like it's running on a $500 console of next-gen stuff. It looks like any other late generation, old generation game. Battlefield 4, not Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts does not look very good. It didn't blow me away for something that we've been waiting for, and Microsoft has been really pushing. I didn't get that feeling that wow when I got my GameCube from my N64 or 360 from my GameCube. I didn't get that holy smokes feeling. Yeah, the textures look nice, and the animations are gimmicky at best, but they're nice. But this is a $500 console it's running on that's tooting to last for 4 to 6 years. I didn't get this game really uses it, or maybe if it does, then the rumors are true and everyone's true about the Xbox One just not having the right guts. But that's all I'm going to say about visually. The blurs are nice, the effects, like the sprinting one, they look smart, the health regen with the red, the compass they use for grenades, I don't like that one exactly. Pilot locking interface is nice, Titan locking interface is nice, the beeps are good for the indicators. Health bar placement's nice. The mini-map, oh, I love the mini-map. They did a really good job with the mini-map. If you know how to read it, it has tons of information. Game types, attrition, basically domination, and last Titan standing. I'm not a huge fan of last Titan standing. I found it very repetitive and boring. Well, once your Titan's dead, you can still play until you die, but they only count the Titans that are remaining. And you play a lot of rounds of it. It's first to 4. And on the same map, half the time it's the exact same spawns. And it's getting a little... After about 3 or 4, I'm like, okay, I need this to end right now. Now the domination, the hard point, it's fun. Same with attrition. You got to probably call in between 3 to 5 Titans, depending on how good you are, and what kind of burn cards you're running. And it's just so much fun. Playing with other people, six players with a ton of AI in the game. The AI are complete idiots. I'll just say that one. I know that's what they're going for. The grunts, they're supposed to be easy targets. They do migrate with the game, so even if you capture B, they're going to be dropping by B to reinforce it, etc. They're just kind of free points. They're there to help the game along, hold down the odd point here and there. More importantly, though, is if you follow Grunt, you can actually figure out a lot more about what's going on with the players if you just follow a Grunt. Now, a Spectra, I've never been killed by a Spectra, but they've definitely done some damage to me. They're the robots. They're designed to be more lethal, a bigger danger for a player, and I think they did a decent job with them. I would like them to be a little smarter, and same with the Grunts. They're just a fly on the wall. They just annoy you. The Titan AI, pretty good. I've battled some the Auto Titans. They hold their own. You can set it to guarded place, which basically just stands there and just pivots, or follow you. The following function is a little slow, but it keeps up to you, depending if you have any speed boosts. Grenades, the Frag grenade, its radius is a little small for me. The magnetic arc grenades, nobody really used them when I was playing, but I threw them around. I kind of played with them a little bit, my interface. They really do mess up the entire display of a Titan. Not for very long, but it's definitely long enough to disorient them and hop on the back and have a good time. Weapons are okay. Nothing out of this world. The sniper, on the other hand, I'm not a big fan of the sniper. Like, I unlocked all the scopes for it. The scopes were alright. 2 bullets. Headshot obviously is an instant kill. Just something about the sniper didn't feel clunky enough. And I like a clunky 50 cal. The assault rifle, the carbine they give you, yeah, it's pretty good. A little bouncy, but I like the bounciness. I want the bounciness there. Pistols, the smart pistol, it is a little overpowered, I will say out there. The tracking time for a pilot is adequate. I think it could be a little bit longer, because if it tracks onto your head and a couple body shots, it takes a few, which is good. Now the burn cards, I like this feature. It's a little gimmicky because it resembles kind of perks from Call of Duty. Keep in mind, Respawn were a couple people from Call of Duty. I like how you can only use them once in the game, and until you die, and they kind of go away. You unlock a lot of burn cards. I have over 18. I think I have 20 burn cards right now. A lot of them are weapons. Their amped weapons are pretty good with some exceptions. The pistols are garbage. The sniper is pretty sweet. The scope that it's put on is nice. It's a nice touch. Some of the burn cards are amazing. I love them. It's a cool idea. I hope they continue putting in a lot more thought into the burn cards and how often you earn them. I found that you earn them at a pretty good rate, quicker than you could use them. And some of the cards are actually really well thought of. So good job there. Overall, I'm still excited for the game. It's a different mechanic than Call of Duty. It's a different gameplay than Call of Duty. And I think it's going to take a different type of person to be good at this game. It's not so much flow. You know this person is going to be here. So it adds the randomness from Battlefield, minus the destructive buildings, which they have confirmed they are not doing. Because the Titan, it just ruined the entire map. With that randomness, which makes it a little less predictable, so a lot more player thought into doing things, any sort of movements. The doom periods, I like that. I like how you can stay in lure. Nuclear explosion is pretty sweet. So overall, good game, good beta after the server issue was fixed, and I know they've already confirmed they fixed a lot of little bugs here and there, and I hope they just smooth out those animations, work on the graphics, and a couple little tweaks with the loadouts, weapons, and just the balancing of some weapons. If you have your impressions about the game, I'd love to hear them. Tell me them in the comments. Don't be afraid to tweet me on Twitter. I'm always there. I will love to see what your thoughts are, what you're looking forward to, what you didn't like. Thanks for watching.